Hi, everybody. This is the old broad Sarah with pearls of wisdom and food with keto, carnivore, and all kinds of tasty little nuggets, not chicken, um, to bring to you every day to keep you motivated and wanting to do the best that you can, finding your optimum food. And even if you find the optimum food and you do it, there could come a time when it stops working for you. I know, because I've been doing this for a number of years. And like what I thought would always be the magic formula, i.e., lots of vegetables, stopped being the magic formula. And so this video is about the resistance that we have, the stubbornness, the myths, the somebody else in the back of our head talking into our ear about you must have, you must do, you should, never, you always. Who needs all of that? There is so much conflicting info out there. If I was new to this program, I would be lost. I would be at the fast food franchise ordering something that without ordering it without the bun, right? I would be at DQ having my favorite old standard and saying, you know what, I don't care. I'll just buy larger sizes as I go. But that wasn't for me to happen, I guess. I was supposed to just keep at being stubborn and resistant to things while still giving up the things that were causing me weight gain, stalled weight loss, frustration, and all the other non-scale things that clothes that didn't fit. Yeah, I'll just buy bigger sizes. I mean, it's just, I get bored with that working, that fitting, so I'll just, take that to Salvation Army and go replace it with a bigger size. I've been there many times. You don't get to be 68 without a lot of background in that sort of stuff. And I watched a video, and the doctor talked about being an expert at failing at diets. Hello, yep, yep, that's me. And isn't that most of us? A diet is a thing to lose weight. Like Weight Watchers is a diet to lose weight. Nutrisystem is a diet to lose weight. Keto, carnivore, carnivish is a lifestyle. And as much as we still think it's about the weight and the whoosh when we first start losing all that poundage after we go from the standard American whatever to giving up fruits and grains and for some of us veggies, along comes some just it's like a brainwashing. Now we can't empty out everything that's in our life. Otherwise we wouldn't, you wouldn't still have stubbornness or resistance, right? So it's hard to look at something with an open mind and saying, you know what? I've been hearing this and hearing this and hearing this. And instead of fighting what people are saying to me, I'm going to try something different. Sometimes it's the delivery of the other person. A lot of us think that we've reached our perfect, perfect food plan. And if only everybody else would just do it our way, it would be a very nice thing. It would be a great world. But not everybody does it our way right out of the gate. It unfortunately, it just doesn't happen that way. Too bad it didn't. But it doesn't. And so when people start hitting us with what they do, and you should do it too, besides wanting to maybe smack them, you know, all of a sudden our hackles go up and we begin to defend what we're doing, even though we feel awful at what we're doing. But it's almost like we get stuck on that stubborn part and we just don't want to hear what we just don't want to hear. That's been me for freaking ever. Before going low carb, high fat, and keto with things like the standard American diet and the Weight Watchers food plan, which was just like the standard American diet, only, there was more sense of a proportion or portion of foods because I was counting points and weighing. So, but it was still the same thing. It was still junk, artificial junk, flours, white flours, whole wheat flours, whole wheat, as long as it's whole wheat. You're having whole wheat, right? And all the fruits and veggies, it worked for 17 pounds. And then for 18 months, it did not work for 1 more ounce. That's when I found low carb, high fat. I was reading Dr. William Davis's wheat belly diet and was like, yeah, I mean, I'm a chronic complainer about the bloat in the summer with the belly. And I do have some pictures, by the way, of my great big fat gut and what I looked like at the end of a day in the summer. My belly was so distended because, of course, all the shoulds, right? You should drink lots of water. You should, have not a lot of protein because that's hard for your stomach to digest. Wrong. And, and all the fruits and veggies to make it a lighter meal. I used to, I chuckle now when I see somebody with a lighter meal where they're just having a small portion of protein and just a lot of fruits and veggies to make it a light dinner so they're not, feeling even more weighed down like a beached whale, like how I felt at the end of the day. And it's not that way for me anymore. Would it be that way for you if you gave up, you know, having more protein and continuing the fruits and veggies and stuff? Would you would you feel would you feel better at the end of the day? Humidity is not a lot of our friends. It wreaks havoc with our hair. It wreaks havoc with our bodies. I don't know. I always feel like this, like with humidity. But, you know, I began to listen to people, and at the end of my huge I used to have a BAS, big ass salad every single day. Tons of veggies. Loved my veggies. I'd start with like 175 to 200 grams of lettuce. And I thought I was doing the right thing. And yeah, the bathroom was not always pleasant, never got the connection. How could lettuce cause me these problems? How could it? And so it's just interesting as we grow and go and get deeper and deeper into what works for us. The grains and the fruits, the artificial sweeteners, the diet sodas, and the fruits could all go bye-bye. And that's huge. Think of how huge that is in your life. And then, I'd be watching people that gave up veggies too, and they were having incredible disturbances from continuing veggies in the way that they always could before without disruptions, and then maybe the disruptions just became part of it, and then suddenly it's like maybe I'm not supposed to have that amount of veggies. I'm down to veggies one day a week from a from a purely pleasurable place. Go ahead, you say it at 4 in the morning 3 times. You don't even have to say it fast just to screw it up. And so I have my asparagus, my cauliflower, and my Brussels sprouts on Sundays as they come off the big green egg. I have them once a week, and it's basically the beauty and the flavor of the smoked big green egg with the beef and other meats too, pork, and having the few veggies. So I'm not having them for the nutrition because I don't feel that I'm absorbing a lot of that nutrition anyway. I'm having them for the pleasure of the taste from the big green egg. It's a treat I never got tired of. But the rest of the week, I'm carnivore. I am Monday through Friday. I am meat and eggs, sometimes some cheese, sometimes no cheese. I do have sometimes little circles of green scallions, green onions with the eggs. Other times it's just plain little gently fried eggs and butter along with my meat. And that's it. And I don't have the tummy stuff that I used to have before. Did I come to it overnight? Heck no. It took years to get to where I am today, comfy with what I'm doing. And the shoulds and the you must and the always and the nevers, I put on my earmuffs to them. Suddenly, there's tons and tons of us that deem ourselves as experts for what you should do. And a lot of people have no problem in telling us what we should do. And so sometimes I have to separate the personality of the shooters, don't shoot on me, um, with the message. Because sometimes the message may have some wisdom in it, some value, and maybe I am supposed to look at that. Maybe it is time for me to stop ketofying. Maybe it is time for me to not, be so self-righteous about certain things that I continue to have, even though others say until they gave that up, they had little problems too. I couldn't hear all of that. And so when I was keto, I was very happily ensconced in, having some nice little al dente type veggies, my raw salad, thinking I was doing the right thing. And for a lot of people, it could be the right thing. Bless those lucky people that don't have what ended up happening to me. But alas, it did happen to me. And so I had to look at giving that up. And I'm not one that could just have a hunka slabba of meat at, for my OMAD, maybe with a pat of butter, maybe not. I need some little sense of variety on the plate, and the eggs entered at just the right time. And so now I have my eggs and my meat, mostly beef. And so um, it just works. It just works for me. Did I think I'd ever be here? No. Did I fight it? Yes. Did I listen to other people and go, yeah, but if you were me, so turning a deaf ear to the parts surrounding the suggestion is what this video is about. There's always going to be people that have done whatever they're doing for a week and feel, hey, I'm a success. This works. I'm going to do it forever. So there, and you should too. Okay. Okay. I've tweaked so many times. And, people, it's so funny when people find me now in 2019, and in 2015, I might have been touting something else, or they'll send me a link to my Weight Watchers videos that I used to do, as if like, you're a liar. You're a fraud. It's like, no, it's just when you're doing something as a lifestyle, everything is subject to change. That's just how it goes. Just like when we take no medication and suddenly we are on medication and suddenly we've got a doctor that might be tweaking with the idea of us taking meds. We've got lab work that, makes them say stuff to us about the lab work. We're watching a gazillion videos about people that we like, and we're trying to emulate what they do because it seems to be working for them. I don't know. I mean, there's probably quite a bit of dishonesty on a lot of different YouTube channels. They want you to believe what they're doing is all that they're doing, that they're not sneaking, cheating, treating everything else. And I will do videos in the future, of course, and I have done in the past, but there's a rare and appropriate planned thing to have. And it is a treat because it's rare and appropriate. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the spontaneity of having something, is the spontaneity of going someplace and they're having this and I can just do that, and I'll go home and I'm weighing and tracking, but I couldn't weigh this because I'm at this party, but I'm going to put it into the chronometer, and the one glass turns into 3, and all those things that we can do that our brain conveniently forgets. That's why it's really great to stick and stay with what works just for you. Yes, it will need tweaking. We don't do the same thing as our bodies change. I probably had a lot more carbs when I was keto. Of course I did, because I was having lots of veggies. And I thought it would be okay. And the stomach stuff, well, I just thought that's just what you get. And the head stuff, and maybe not the sleeping right, and maybe the aches and the pains, all the stuff continued, and I do have a vial of something for that, and my doctor can write a script for that, and I do take 2 of those every day, and woof, it goes away. All of those things, everything is part of it. And I believe that everything that we put in our mouth is what is going to make a difference. Is there nutritive value in what you're putting in your mouth with the diet soda, with the keto-fied item, with a lot of the veggies that aren't absorbed, with the tray, or the the box of supplements that we take that we spend hundreds of dollars on because the doctor who does keto tells us we need it. Do we? Are you supplement heavy? And so you don't even know, what you're having. Some things, when you look at that container of spinach, organic baby spinach, and you look at the nutritive value or the kale, and you're going, wow, these are superfoods. Is your body absorbing all of it? Or are you having diarrhea after you eat something like that and you still think you're absorbing the nutrients? You're not. They're all going bye-bye, along with, everything that comes back out. And so just because it's there and it says it has this nutrition might be unabsorbable. That's the word, not absorbed by your body. So you need to find the right recipe just for you. One doctor was being interviewed, and I loved it. And somebody said to him, "What supplements do you take?" And he says, "Raw liver and chicken and egg yolks." He said, "Those are my two supplements." And I laughed. I have eggs just about every day. I mean, I don't have them on Sunday, but they're in my keto pizza that I have on Saturday, which is my, in case of emergency, pull. And so I have my keto pizza preventatively. I do. It's kept me from binging, from craving, from doing all kinds of hideous things in my food plan. I'm not coming to the confessional saying, I had pizza because everybody else did. No, I have a keto pizza every Saturday, and it's just my safety net. For some people, it might be pork rinds and sour cream or cream cheese with it. For some people, it could be a bulletproof coffee, once every now and then. We all have little things that we take or have or eat that make a difference for us, that keep us safe from cravings and triggers and ingesting the stuff, right? So be careful with, when you hear the message and the messenger is kind of domineering and dominating and full of themselves and a know-it-all. I used to call them Kayas, know-it-alls. See if there's any wisdom in what they might be saying, okay? And then go from there. Sometimes the message comes wrapped up so differently that we don't realize it is the message. We just look at them and just say, you're really confusing me with what you're saying, especially doctors. All these keto carnivore experts that still have different opinions. It's rough, it's tumble, it's, not easy. So just be careful, because the truth often lies in a wrapping that just doesn't seem like it's going to work, right? So just trust yourself, trust your N equals 1. It's a journey, it's a lifestyle. It's not something that you need to correct on a Wednesday and think, good, I'm good. I don't even need to listen to anything. I'm just going to go on and comment to people about how perfect my plan is. Don't do that. Don't do that. Say, this works for me. Just a suggestion. Don't be dogmatic, because it doesn't, nobody ever receives a dogmatic, you should, with open, thank you. I needed you to smack me. I mean, I used to be the queen of smackdowns. And then I revamped not only myself, but my way of presenting things to people. We're an experiment. If you're having something every single day and you think it works for you, then stick with it. It might not next week. You don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm always saying this is what works for me. You don't have to do it my way. Just find the way that works for you. And if that is the weight loss that you want, or recompositioning of your body that you want, or getting off the meds, or just feeling better. Feeling better. You didn't know you could feel so good till you felt so good, right? That's the point of this. That's why we're turtles. We just do it a little bit our way every day. and sometimes report about it, and sometimes be open-minded about it, and sometimes admit to the other people, hey, this seemed like a good idea and I did it, and now I'm paying for it with 3 days of tummy disruption. That's how we learn. We don't learn, I don't learn from somebody going out and having a carby meal and how they feel. It stays here, but it also could plant a seed that, like, maybe I could do it and get away with it. Maybe I could go get a new voice. Allergies. But, we don't know till we do it. Sharing, sharing our results with each other is what makes for a happy keto, carnivore, carnivish community. You can be carnivore every other day of the week. You can fast every other day of the week. You can go OMAD 4 days in a row and then have to have two MAD for the next 3 days. Whatever works for you is what works for you. Sharing it is what helps, because it plants seeds in our butt and we go, oh, that woman did that and it made her happy. It put her in a happy place. She got some results. Let me just try this out. That's what I want for this keto community, the sharing of the knowledge and the wisdom and the results. And every person is different. That's why we're snowflakes. But I do know that I can't go back to eating what I used to eat, which is, artificial junk, keto-fying, grains, fruits, diet sodas, that kind of stuff, seed oils. Can't do that stuff. That's what makes me, these fruit flies are incredible. That's what makes me a cucumber. I can't go back. I'm not a pickle. I'll never be a pickle again. I'll never be an English cucumber again. I'm a pickle. Probably I don't know what kind I am. I know I'm not a baby gherkin. So my pickles, my snowflakes, and my turtles, and my no matter what club members, I hope you got something out of this video. It certainly was a long one. Thanks so much for watching. Love you. Love this community. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.